Welcome to Coffee with Jacki, where we don't spill no tea. We just make the information nice and sweet. Welcome to Coffee with Jacki.
Hi, welcome to Coffee with Jack. Now today what we're going to talk about is, guess what? Me! Of course, you got to get to know me a little better. So each segment that I'm going to have one segment once a week, and there'll probably be the timer will probably range by 15 to 17 minutes, depending on the content. I'll probably move it up to 30 minutes, hopefully, if I get enough viewers and if the content is really good. And I know a lot of people always want to talk about spilling the tea. But here, we don't spill tea. We have coffee and we savor the information over a cup of coffee. You know, we bond over this coffee. And I called it Coffee with Jacki because I love coffee. And the coffee of today is, ta-da! Here we go. I got this from Acme. It's the Organics brand coffee. It's the Colombian medium roast. I don't know if it's focusing right there, but it's the Colombian medium roast coffee. As I told you, was Colombian. It is very good. I actually like it. It has a slight, it's a mild taste. It's not as mild coffee is, because they have different brews of coffee. But I like this medium roast. I like that it's an organics brand. I do shop from Whole Food Markets and from the Whole Food Market and also Trader Joe's. I've changed my diet a number of years ago to incorporate more organic foods, more natural products, more natural foods, things like that. But I still, do all my other stuff. Like if I go out to dinner, I don't care if it don't have to be an organic like place to have dinner. Also, just mainly like my shopping regimen changed like maybe 10 years ago, when Whole Foods was just like, wow, why are we buying, like Whole Foods was like, to me, the prices were crazy and you couldn't get a lot, a good wow factor for your buck, so but I bought small things out of there first. I bought like meats and things like that first. And then all my dry products was from like the supermarket. And then all of a sudden I heard about Trader Joe's and I was like, well, wait a minute. Trader Joe's has a lot of organic, dry foods and things like that I would usually get from the supermarket that I started getting from Trader Joe's. And I loved it. So I combined the Trader Joe's and the Whole Foods shopping, and then incorporated some supermarket finds as well. So that's how I break down, how I shop. And as far as the coffee is concerned, I buy Trader Joe's brand coffee. I buy supermarket brand coffees, just like the organics brand. I love Dunkin' Donuts coffee. I don't like the Dunkin' Donuts pods, but I like just going to Dunkin' Donuts and drinking their coffee. I love Starbucks. I don't buy Starbucks regular coffee. It's too strong for me. I love more of a mild taste or medium mild taste of for coffee. So I don't buy like the Starbucks regular coffee. And sometimes if I buy the pods, I always have to like mix it up with some milk and make a macchiato out of it, so it can be like a lot less coffee taste to me, just not a lot of coffee. The strongness of the coffee is like a little more milder when you do it in a caramel macchiato. So that's what I always do. Like I treat myself to Starbucks. I love their caramel macchiato with the extra caramel. So this is how I get it. I get a venti caramel macchiato, extra caramel drizzle, whole milk, no foam, extra hot. That's how I get it. And I get it like that all the time. I've been getting it like that for years. I remember when they cost probably like $4, like $3.89 or something like that, or $4 for a venti. Now the venti is like $7, depending on where you go. So even that has gone up a lot. So I don't go there as much as I used to, but I do go there. Try to get a Starbucks at least once a week. Like, can you at least spend $7 out of my check for me? Thank you. And so I always change these little character voices. I don't know. I've been doing that since I was a kid. It has not changed in my older years. But yeah, as far as coffee, that's concerned, and most of the times with the coffee, I will do half and half. Unless I'm making a caramel macchiato, then of course I'll use whole milk. I use organic whole milk. I use organic half and half. Organics brand has a half and half as well. But they also have a like a sweetener, a sweet cream, which is really good as well. I just tried that for the first time last week and I love it. So I'll be buying that a lot often as well. I love half and half. I love the grass fed half and half because for some reason the milk tastes richer to me. Now, some people may be like tolerant or has a low tolerant for milk and dairy and things like that. So I don't recommend buying any of these products if you have those type of issues with digestion. But for me, this is, what I like to drink in my coffee. I love brown sugar in my coffee as opposed to white sugar. I don't know why. It just tastes the mapleness of the brown sugar just tastes better, or the woodsiness of the brown sugar tastes better. I don't know if it's a woodsy taste or if it's a maple taste. It all like sounds like a tree to me, but but it tastes, I like the brown sugar. It can be turbinado sugar, but I prefer brown sugar over the turbinado, however you pronounce it. I prefer the brown sugar over that as well. And that's my coffee, guys. So, let me drink this coffee. It's getting cold. And it's really not that cold. It actually has a nice warmth to it still because I have that, that lid to go over it. This lid right here. Tick, tick. So this lid right here, it actually keeps it warm. And you'd be surprised because this glass is like layered. It's a 2-layer glass. As you can see right here, it's a 2-layer glass, so it keeps it fairly warm for a while. I'm going to say probably an hour. It's good for an hour. So it's at its hottest between first time you make it and a half an hour, and then by the last half hour it's starting to warm down a little. Right now it's fairly warm, so it's still good. I like my coffee hot when I drink it, so if I don't drink this all, I'll probably warm it back up again. And I know some people don't like warming up their coffee because it actually makes the coffee taste a little stronger when you warm it up. So you can't warm it up to boil. You just have to put it on a low simmer, let it warm up just enough so it's, it feels warm to your hand, and then take it off, because then it'll change the whole taste of your coffee. At least that's what I find when I warm up my coffee. So I learned how to, don't leave it on there too long. Okay. So Coffee with Jacki is about having good, fun, authentic conversation about a variety of topics like culture and society, health and wellness. It's also about, we can talk about finances. We can talk about arts and entertainment. I'm not great with finances, I must admit. So I'm not the best to talk about finances, but if you want to have a conversation about it, then great. That's good with me as well. And entertainment, I really don't talk about religion as much, or about I guess politics, because they're the two topics that can start wars. As history have repeated itself over and over again. But those are the two topics that I kind of steer away from. Now, if you want to talk about it, we can talk about it. But I kind of steer away from those type of topics, because when someone believes fully into something, whether it's religion or whether it's government, nothing you can do or say will change their mind if they truly believe in those topics and what details about those topics that they believe in. But I am open to conversations about that stuff too, because I believe everybody has an opinion, and I believe every opinion is worth being heard. Also, of course, we discussed this over a cup of coffee, get the caffeine going, keep us all energized or whatever, so I love stuff like that. So next week, when you see me, I will probably do, drum roll please, my daily face makeup routine. So that's what we're probably going to talk about next week. Get you started. You know, we wake up in the morning, we get our day going, we either do our makeup or we do whatever. You know, sometimes when I get up in the morning, I don't actually make a cup of coffee like right then and there, especially if I want to go out to get a cup of coffee. So I'll probably venture out to get a couple of coffee. I feel like I need to treat myself to some type of breakfast. I am not a fancy breakfast person all the time. I can have, you know, a cheap breakfast anywhere. One of my favorite places to go for a regular price, cheap, homey breakfast is IHOP. And I know people are probably like, oh, IHOP. But no, IHOP is good for me. I told you. How Candy Bird says she, you know, shops on a bargain. Girl, y'all, I shop on a flea, okay? Because I can't afford a bargain. I have to shop on a flea. Okay, so we'll probably do that next week, and then every week, every segment, it'll be about something. Either it's going to be a fab find, or it's going to be probably a DIY project that I have done, and just fun conversations. Now, y'all know, as women, we always want to talk about love or whatever, but I don't know if I'm gonna talk about love that much. I don't know. Just get me in the mood and I'll talk about it, okay? But thank you so much for watching Coffee with Jackie today. I truly appreciate it. Please, please, please come back and join me next week, okay? Thank you.